Good morning, students. Students, in class 11th, we have studied the concepts of database and some of the SQL commands in detail. We know that SQL is a standard language to access data, to manipulate the data which is available in the stored in the databases. SQL commands are used to create information, to retrieve information. To retrieve information, we use select statements, which we have recalled in the previous two sessions also. Today, we will learn about very important SQL concept, that is functions in SQL. We will get to know that how many types of functions are there, and in detail today we will discuss about math functions, that is power function, round and mod function. Functions are very powerful feature of SQL, which is used to do number of tasks. It is used to perform calculations on data. It is used to modify individual items in a record. Even it is used to manipulate output for a group of rows. Means जिस तरह से आउटपुट अपीयर होती है उसकी बजाय जैसी हम डिस्प्ले कराना चाहते हैं, we can modify the output and we can convert the column data type also using some of the functions. Some of the functions can be used to format dates and number for the display purpose also. MySQL supports number of functions to manipulate the data. We can categorize broadly functions into two types: single row functions and multiple row functions. Single row functions, as the name indicates, they operate on a single value to return a single value per row. Means एक सिंगल कॉलम के ऊपर वो ऑपरेट करते हैं, so that only a single value per row in a table is returned. Single row functions, they are used to manipulate the data items, no doubt, and they accept either one or more than one arguments. Means inputs to these functions can be one or more, but it will always return one value for each row returned by the query. Single row functions can be applied over a single column or more than one column of a table to perform the relevant operation on the value of each record depending upon the function we are using. For example, select left of name, 5 from student. It will display 5 left side letters of each row of the name field from the student table. So, features of single row functions are they act on each row returned in the query. They return one result per row only, and possibly return a data value of a different type than that which was referenced. It can be used in select command, it can be used with where clause and order by clause also. Even single row functions can be nested also. We will discuss these with the help of examples. Single row functions further can be categorized into numeric functions, string functions, date and time functions. Today we will discuss about the numeric functions, which are also known as mathematical functions. Numeric functions, they perform operation on numeric values and return numeric values. Means they can accept only the numeric input and they return also the numeric output. First is power function. Power function syntax is power parenthesis start x comma y. it returns the value of x raised to the power of y, means जो वैल्यू हम x की देंगे और जो वैल्यू y की देंगे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल select POW 2,4. It will give you the value 2 raised to the power 4 as an output. So you can say here, you can see here, select POW parenthesis start 2 comma 4. It gives you the output 16. 2 raised to the power 4 is 16. It is displaying 16. Another example, select POW parenthesis start 2 comma minus 2, means 2 power minus 2. It is giving you the output 0.25. Next example of power function is select POW parenthesis start minus 2 comma 3. It will give you the output as minus 8 because minus 2 raised to the power 3 is minus 8. Let us take one more example. Select ID comma par ID comma 2 from employee. Here you can note it down that power function can be used as power or POW both. So select ID comma par ID comma 2 from employee. Output is shown in the slide. So ID, whatever is the ID, its power raised to 2 is being displayed as the output. Round. Round function returns a number rounded to a certain number of decimal places. Syntax is round, parenthesis start, column name, comma decimals. Decimals is optional. You can omit it. Column name is must. You have to give the column name. So, by default, decimal place is 0 if you do not specify. Let's take some examples. Round. It rounds the argument given to the decimal places given. If a number of decimal places is not specified or it is 0, the number rounds to the nearest integer or the 0 decimal places. You can see the example, select round minus 1.23. Its result is 1, but with the negative sign. So output is minus 1. Next is select round minus 1.58. After decimals, we have a value which is more than 5. So result is rounded off to the next number, that is minus 2. Output here is minus 2. Next statement is select round 1.43. Again, after decimals, we have a value less than 5. So result is 1. Select round 6.235, 0. Again, after decimals, it is having 3 numbers, but value is less than 5. So, and we have specified that after decimal, 0 decimal places should be there. So it is rounding off the value to 6. One more example, if negative value is specified for the precision, means the second argument is in negative, it counts off that value left from the decimal point. It will be more clear from you from the example to you. Select round 56.235, comma minus 1. Here you don't have to see after decimal value, that is 0.235, but before decimal 1 left is, that is 6. So result is 60 in this case. Another Example, if positive value is specified for the precision, it counts off that value right from the decimal point. In this example, you can see it clearly. Select round 6.298, 1. It will result into 6.3. Now, let us see one example in which we are using a table employee, or we are rounding off the salary of the employees up to 0 decimal places. Select ID, round salary, 0 from employee. You can see from the result that salary is rounded up to 0 decimal places in the output. Next function is mod. Mod returns the remainder of one number divided by the another. Its syntax is mod, round bracket starts, dividend, divisor, round bracket close. Dividend and divisor both are must, means both the argument has to be given if we are using the mod function. Dividend is the literal number, or you can say it is a numeric, it can be a numeric expression which has to be divided. Then divisor is a number of a numeric expression by which the dividend has to be divided. Example, select mode 11, 3. If we divide 11 by 3, then we get 2 as a remainder. So output is 2. Take one more example. Select mode 10.5, 3. 3 3 the 9. So it is giving 1.5 as the remainder. That's all for mathematical functions today. We will discuss other functions in the next session.